Siddhartha Khemka is with us now to take a couple of questions, talk stocks. Siddhartha, we want to discuss, banks, especially public sector banks, given what the finance minister has said. We'll just play out that soundbite in a second. But before I get to that, let's discuss some of the key earnings that came in overnight. Apollo Hospitals, do you think the numbers merit a further re-rating? I mean, a fresh entry at this point or not? There's Cummins, which I think really stood out. And Amber was a big disappointment. So what do? Do you buy the dip? Stay away? What's the advice?
Hi, good morning. I think if you look at the PSU banks, I think 2-3 factors are playing in favor of them. Definitely the what the promoters, which is the government, plans to do consolidation, increase the limit for FDI investments to 49%. I think those are very positive steps. What is also important is that the key business, that is growth, credit growth, that is picking up. NIM compression is done with, and valuation-wise, they are pretty comfortable compared to the private peers. So we see a lot of room for upside potential over the next 2-3 quarters in PSU banks. We like SBI, PNB, Canara Bank, Union Bank. These are some of our preferred picks. Coming to the results, yes, I think Apollo Hospitals came out with decent set of numbers. Improved hospital performance led to an earnings beat. Overall, what we see is that across segment this quarter, we were expecting strong numbers from hospitals all across. So that is being delivered by most of them. We see the hospital EBITDA grew about 8%, occupancy at about 70-odd%. And so I think Apollo, the key trigger going forward would be the corporate action that they are looking at. That could be the key trigger going forward. So we continue to remain positive on Apollo Hospital. But I think if you look at the finer details, the higher growth, our top choice in the hospitals would be Max Healthcare. That would be our preferred pick within the hospital space.
All right, Siddharth, I just wanted your thoughts a little on some of these consumer durable names, because if you look at the way Voltas fell yesterday, we also saw Whirlpool and a lot of the others not do particularly well because the conference call was on. The summers were obviously impacted, the summer sales, because of early monsoons. Thereafter, then there was the GST-related transition. And the winters also impacted because monsoons continue into October as well. Typically, that second wind of sales that happen in October heat, that hasn't been the case. And now the street believes that maybe there would be La Nina after El Nino, which means that the winters will be a lot colder. What does that do to the inventory at the dealers and, sales coming in for all these air conditioner makers?
Definitely, Manglam. I think if you look at, there was a hope of recovery in growth, especially for the ACs and some of the consumer durable companies in Q3 because of the festive season, because of the rate cut. However, what looks like this time also there are weather disruptions, monsoon, or you could see rainfall across the country in October, late October, November, early November as well. And then you have the early onset of the winter seasons. I think it is pretty tough for them going to be in Q3 as well. Q2 we saw because of monsoons numbers becoming weak, especially for the AC companies. The outlook for the Q3 is also not that strong. So I think it's looks like the sector, specifically the AC segment, that could remain under pressure for some more time.
Okay. Got that point. Bharti, Airtel, and actually even Vodafone Idea for that matter, Siddharth, because so much is going on. Today we're expecting a block in Bharti. Maybe some pressure comes in, at least initially, on the stock because of that. But otherwise, it's very clear the government will probably explore all kinds of options to revive Vodafone Idea now. How do you find either this one or Bharti? Again, I'm asking from the point of view of any fresh entry in either of these stocks at this point, if at all.
Yes, Surbi, I think Bharti is something which we are very positive on. I think the block will give only an opportunity for long-term investors to buy at lower levels. So even Q2 numbers, pretty strong Q2 results across segments. Margin saw improvement. We believe that both the India Wireless as well as the home business, that continues to do well. The stake sale that they have done in Bharti stake in the Indus Tower, that they are planning to increase stake, and with the resolution that the Supreme Court has allowed for the Vodafone. I think a direct beneficiary of that would be Indus Tower, where Bharti has a large stake. Plus, the Africa business has also started to doing well. So all across segments, pretty strong numbers. I think this is not a fundamental event. This is a technical event where the promoters are selling at a discount. So definitely, I will suggest buy. We have a target price of 2,350. So we see a good 10-15% upside from current levels.
All right, 10-15% upside from the current levels. Thanks a lot for that. Grow IPO, do you have a view?
So, Grow, we are the merchant bankers, so I will not have any view on that.
Take that point. Thank you so much for joining in, Sid. We'll take